Hello, everyone. My name is Selma Emekci, and I am a first year Miss CEO Ambassador. Today, I'm here to talk to you about how to prepare for your interviews, which is a really critical leadership skill. So, interviews aren't just for jobs, especially not at our age in high school. Think about internships, student boards, leadership camps. These all involve interviews, and learning how to navigate them gives you an edge early on. The goal today is for you to get comfortable with presenting yourself intentionally. So, before anything, get clear on why you want the opportunity, what motivates you, why this specific role or program. Write down your story in three parts: where you came from, what you care about, and where you're headed. This gives your answers depth and direction because interviewers aren't just looking for skill. That can be developed later on, and most people probably also have that skill. They want to know what drives you. So know how your skills and all of this stuff on your resume fit into the bigger picture, fit into your story. Next, you want to research like a pro. You wouldn't walk into a test without studying, and interviews are more or less the same. You got to know the organization's missions and values and look up the team or founder. If you know who's interviewing you, then it might be a good idea to connect with them prior to the interview. LinkedIn is a great resource, so use it. And also bring a genuine fact-based complement to the conversation. It shows initiatives and builds a rapport. Know their recent events, programs, or social media campaigns. And again, with the compliment, you can say, I admire your work on blank. This is where your research comes in. Next, you gotta master the art of introduction. Your 30-second pitch is your first impression. Practice it until it feels natural. You can use active language, so instead of helped with, say led or created. And summarize the story, don't just list a resume. Is there a theme that ties your work together? And what passions or interests drove you? And remember to practice out loud. You want to sound confident but natural, not as if you've memorized it. Next, practice your answers to common questions, but also, again, don't memorize scripts. Some common questions that you can think about are tell me about yourself. This is where that 30-second pitch would come in. What's a challenge you overcame? Why should we choose you? What does leadership mean to you? And what is your greatest strength or weakness? When answering these stories, first make sure to avoid cliches and make it personal because your stories are what make you stand out. And after that, use the STAR method. Describe the situation, task, action, and result. This helps you sound thoughtful and clear and actually means that you are able to back up your answers with something. And interviews go both ways because you're assessing them too. Asking smart questions shows you care and helps you find out if it's a good fit for you. You can say, what's culture like on your team? What does success look like for this role? What do you wish you knew when you started? And are there any upcoming initiatives or projects in this organization you're particularly interested in? Avoid questions that you could just Google and focus on the team culture, expectations, and future opportunities for yourself as well. And next up is the key. Don't stress. It's a conversation, not a performance. Mistakes are fine. What matters is how you handle them. And make sure to be real. People connect with authenticity more than perfection. So smile, breathe, make eye contact, and if you make a mistake, don't stress about it. Confidence is built from clarity, not perfection, so it's completely okay to stumble. And remember that this is not an interrogation. And as a sort of secondary tip, I just want to let you know that most people overestimate how nervous they look. Try focus on the questions you are answering rather than how the interviewer perceives you. Next up are materials to prepare. A printed resume, even if it's not required, is always helpful. Notes on your key achievements or talking points. This is more optional, but if you need it, make sure to prepare it. And then if you want, keep a list of the questions you have for them, especially if you have a lot. This will make it easier. And as a final tip for materials, keep it neat and accessible and don't shuffle your papers mid-call. So here we are at this awkward phase where you don't know what to say. And the thing for that is you don't want to panic or fake anything or come up with something that you haven't done. Say either, that's a great question, let me take a moment, or I want to give a thoughtful answer. Can I come back to that? Remember, grace under pressure shows maturity. So you can either take a moment to think about it, answer, or you can try to redirect with a related experience. Here are my final tips for you. Use post-its on your screen if it's virtual. This will help you a lot and shows how prepared you are. Also, have water nearby because it buys you time to think. You can think about what you're going to say as you take a sip. Next, practice with a friend or mentor and ask for honest feedback. This is really important and makes a huge difference in how confident you are and how natural you sound. Next up is dress for confidence, not just the code. And remember to do a tech check if it's virtual, at least 10 minutes before. And this is really important that most people forget is send a thank you note within 24 hours. And in there, recap your interest and thank them so you can end strong and leave an impression. All right. Lastly, my favorite quote is a foolproof plan for not getting a job. Show up for your interview wearing flip-flops. So this is just a really important reminder. You dress for the job you want, so be sure to show up professionally. Don't let small things like attire or tech issues be the reason you lose a great opportunity. Remember, this isn't just about interviews, it's about owning your narrative and being intentional about your future. Be the Miss CEO of your life. If you liked what you heard today and you want to learn more about the Miss CEO Leadership Toolkit or and how you can expand your professional life, be sure to follow us on all of our socials, Miss CEO Inc. And if you want to contact us, our email is right there. Thank you.